7A question, they have given you a context-free grammar. Okay, CFG has been given to you. Now you have to convert the given CFG to CNF, means Chomsky normal form. So how can we achieve that? Means for converting your CFG to CNF, the rule number 1 means we have to eliminate, okay, eliminate the epsilon productions. Okay, the rule number 2, we have to eliminate unit production. Okay, we should not have, oh sorry for that, we should not have any unit production. And the third rule says that we have to eliminate useless production. Okay, in useless we are having two types. One is if it is a non-generating production, we have to remove that one. Okay, and if it is a non-reachable from your starting state, that also you should be removing. Okay, after doing all this 3 steps, the grammar should be in the form of, if a variable is deriving, it should have two variables or it can have a single terminal. Okay, all the production should be of this format, then only we can call the grammar as Chomsky normal form. Okay, so for the given question, first what we have to do, we have to remove the epsilon production, right? So that is the rule number 1. Now we have to find the nullable production. What is nullable production? Whichever variable is producing epsilon, okay, that is called, that will be the first nullable production. So here A is producing epsilon over here. So first step, nullable is your A. Okay, because A is deriving epsilon. Now what we have to do by removing this one, wherever A is occurring, okay, we have to apply epsilon over there and replace the string. For example, S is deriving, okay, A bar A. Okay, so here instead of A, if I put epsilon, what will become? So if I substitute epsilon over here, okay, it is A epsilon, means that it is A. Okay, now what is the remaining rule we are having? It is S deriving B. Similarly, A will be deriving A, B only, because we are removing A derives epsilon. B will be deriving, okay, so instead of my A, if I substitute epsilon over here, what will be remaining? A is the A terminal will be the remaining. Okay, so over here we have B, we will write the B as it is. So after removing A derives epsilon production, this is the set of rules we are getting. So over here also, if you see, S is already deriving small a over here, so we can cancel this one. It is enough to write A or B. Okay, so that is enough to write. So this is the set of rules after removing your epsilon production. Now what is the rule number 2 telling? We should remove the unit productions, right? So step number 2, remove or eliminate the unit productions. Okay, what does unit production means? If a variable is deriving a single variable, means that over here if you see, S is deriving B. Okay, this is called unit, means that single variable, if there is in a production, then those production are called unit production. Now what we have to do means, instead of this, whatever B is producing, we have to replace, means that this entire thing we have to write in the S rule. Okay, so now how the S rule will become means, S is already deriving A. Okay, instead of this B, you have to now write this entire thing. Okay, so how the S will become? S will become A or B. Okay, already there is a over here, so we need not want to specify one more A over here. We can directly write A or B. Okay, now your A variable is not having any unit production, so it will be remaining the same. Similarly, your B also doesn't have any unit production, so whatever is the rule, it will remains the same. So this is how your context-free grammar looks after removing the unit production. S derives B. Now what is the rule number 3? We have to eliminate, okay, useless production. Now there are two parts in this. One is non-generating, other is non-reachable. So from S, A is reachable, right? From A, okay, B is reachable. That's it. We are having S, A, B. Now all the three variables are reachable from S. So there are no unreachable productions over here. So all are reachable only. What about useless? I mean non-generating means, see, if a variable is deriving a terminal, for example, S is deriving A or B, just terminals, right? So it is called generating. Similarly, B also is deriving A or B. Now B also becomes what? Generating. But what about your A? A is deriving A, B, B. Okay, there is no terminal. Directly A is not deriving the terminal. But your B is what? Your B is generating. So your A is also generating only. So here all the variables are generating only. So there is nothing to eliminate. So as everyone is generating and everyone is reachable, you need not want to remove anything. Okay, so the grammar remains the same even after this step. So what is the grammar? It is A, okay, or A or B. A derives A, B, B. B derives A or A or B. Now, what is the rule telling? All the productions should be of this two format. Either it should be containing two variables or it should contain a single terminal. Now, what we have to do for this case, we have to introduce cascading production. Okay, what is that? I will see. Now, S deriving A. Is this allowable? Yes, because it is a single terminal, it is of the prescribed format of CNF. This is allowable. Okay. Now, if you see over here, it is having a terminal A followed by the variable A. This is not allowable because your CNF says it should have two variables. Okay. If this is the case, instead of your small a, what we will do? We will introduce a production. Okay, how we will write means we will introduce a cascade symbol over here called C1, okay, derives A, such that how this one will becomes means this will become C1A. Okay, instead of my small a, what I am doing, I am writing C1. See, some people will write B0, some people will write B1, some people will write in the form of A, B, C, D. Okay, why I am writing C1 means in your John Hopcraft book, they are prescribing cascade production should be of the format C1, C2, C3. Like that only we have to introduce the production. That's why in my notes it will be in the form of C1, C2. You can introduce the variable based on your easiness. Okay, this will be easy for me and this is what your prescribed book says also. Over here we are having a followed by small a. This is also is not in the prescribed format, right? Because we should be having two variables. Now a will remains the same, right? Now what about this terminal A? Instead of that only we will write C1 because C1 is deriving small a now. Sorry for that. S derives B. It is acceptable form, so we can write S derives B as it is. Now coming to this part, A is deriving small a followed by two B's. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to split this one into two parts. Okay. The first part will contains A. The second part will contains this BB. Okay. Because this is two variables that will be allowed. So in this A also we cannot write directly. Instead of A, what we will write? We will write C1 because C1 is deriving A. Okay, now this BB we will write it in the second row. Okay, so we will introduce another symbol C2 over here. So basically C1 is deriving A, C2 is deriving BB. That is what present in your A. We are splitting that into two rules and we are writing over here. Okay, right? Your B is deriving A. Okay, instead of this small a, what we will write? We will write C1. Okay, so the remaining terminals, that is A remains the same, B remains the same. So for the given grammar, this is the context free grammar that we have derived by using the steps. Okay, thank you.